because she was like she is considered as a devata, so they can travel anywhere, like Brahma, Narada.
They can travel, but
So she was just there for whatever the function or seminar, but she was at the same time she was also on earth because she was being brought by Bhagavad, not by the curse.
No, see, that was another story, but that's why she has to come as a human being and give the birth to kid, to the Bhishma Pitama and all this.
Yeah. I mean, that's the story of a Vasus.
Yeah.
There are 8 Vasus. So she actually accepted them. I'll come to it. Just give me a break. Give me a little breath. Okay. So then he saw her and he got attracted to her and he actually asked her. He actually proposed her, whether will you marry me? And she says, yes, I'll marry you, but with one condition, saying you will not interfere in any of my actions. That's what Mother Ganga told Shantanu. That whatever I do, don't interfere me. As soon as you interfere me, I'll go away, basically. So then actually, she had, then they got married and then they had children. So first child born, and she actually put them. So Shantanu was horrified. How can she does that? But then he remembered that if I interfere her, she will leave me, and he doesn't want that. So he just kept quiet. It was very painful for him to see it, but he just kept quiet. And then second child born, like that, 7 child born, and she did exactly the same. As soon as child is born, she put it in the Ganga water and let the child go. Then when 8th child born, she was just about to release him into the Ganga water. Shantanu couldn't tolerate. And then he says, stop it. How can you do such a horrible, sinful activities? It's unbelievable. I can't let you do. Mother Ganga says, I'm sorry, you broke your promise. I have to leave. Then the 8th son was Devavrat, which later on became Bhishma. You will see how he became Bhishma, who will be later, right? So that's Devavrat. But then what Shantanu told her, that because you are already going to the heavenly planets, why can't you take our son with you and let him study under all the great personalities like Vasishtha Muni and few other great sages, Parshuram and few other great sages. So she actually took him, and he actually, Vishwamita, at that time, Devavrat actually learned all the archery and everything, and the scriptural, he became the master of scriptures. He is so much thorough into it. So he becomes so much powerful. And then, after many years, Shantanu was just alone. He started doing all the austerities and tapasya and things like that. He was in the kingdom, but he was kind of detached because the Mother Ganga was already gone. So then one day he was again roaming on the bank of Ganga, and then he suddenly saw that Mother Ganga's kind of pravaha has stopped. He said, how that can be done? Who can do that? So he just kept going upwards on the pravaha, where the source is, and then he saw a beautiful young boy roaming around there. So then, when he asked him, who are you? That boy kind of disappeared. And then he actually started thinking, oh, my son would have been there. He would have been like this age, But let me ask Ganga that what happened to, she took him, but I don't know what happened to him. So he actually requested Ganga to actually explain what happened. Where is his son? So Mother Ganga came and he says, this is your son. So that's Devavrat. And he learned all the scriptures, all the archeries, and he's now all ready for you to rule the kingdom once you retire. And then Shantanu took him back to his kingdom, and then he actually, the next day he actually sort of say he'll be the princess. So he'll be established as a princess. Then and everyone, and the way that he was dealing with all the different things as a king, everyone kind of appreciating him, and he was very nice, in terms of moral value, ethical point of view, he was so nice. Everyone really appreciated him. Everyone wanted to see him as a king. But then, after some time, Shantanu actually was roaming in the somewhere in the field or near the sea, so somewhere, and was doing boating or something. Actually, before going there, I need to again go back to the other side of it, which is Parasar Muni. You know Parasar Muni? Parasar Muni actually, when Prabhupada using Parasar Muni's that definition of Bhagwan, the Parasar Muni gives the definition of Bhagwan with 6 opulences. So there is a shloka for it. So that's Parasar Muni, a very powerful Muni. So by the arrangements of the divine, he was being instructed. I can't remember the whole story behind it, but that's what they say. The divine arrangement was being made, and he tend to visit some of the like a kingdom ruled by a fisherman king. So he was passing by, and there was some arrangement that the fisherman's daughter, whose name was Matsyagandha, she actually took him for a ride at the evening time in the nearby lake, and then through the divine whatever the arrangement, he got attracted to that Matsyagandha, and then he said, "I want to marry you." She said, "I'm not from the Kshatriya family, there was a fisherman, like a very low caste. So they say it will be difficult and won't be accepted like that." He says that I'll bless you that you will remain virgin, even though you will receive a child. So that's the soul divine arrangement. So that's when she conceived the Vyasadeva Muni. So Vyasadeva Muni was conceived straight away. Straight away they had a divine kind of transfer, and then Vyasadeva Muni was born, and then Parasar Muni was so happy that he blessed her, and she actually, instead of Matsyagandha, means her body was, the smell from his body was like a fish earlier, and he blessed her that your body will turn into like a Padmagandha, right? Will turn into Padmagandha. So since then, she was smelling like a Padma. A very nice fragrance was coming out of her body, just due to the Parasar Muni's like blessing. And then Vyasadeva Muni is a kind of grow straight away. He straight away become adult and just completely renounced, started walking and go away. So that's Vyasadeva Muni. Now go back to there. So now that girl's name was Satyavati. That girl's name was Satyavati, but she was also referring as Matsyagandha because her spelling was like Matsya and then turned into Padmagandha. So now go back to the earlier, when I forgot the name, Vishwapitana's father? Shantanu. When Shantanu was roaming around, that's when she started smelling, there's a very nice fragrance coming from somewhere. So he followed the smell and he come to the point where he see actually that Satyavati, and he got attracted to her. But she was, this time, when he meeting with Mother Ganga, she was alone, so she proposed straight away. But when she see Satyavati, she was with all the other family members. So to follow the proper manners, he approached his family and say, "I'm this and this king, I would like to marry your daughter." And her father was happy. He said, "Okay, but I have a condition. That because you are a king and Satyavati and we are a fisherman, my desire was that she will become a queen and her children will rule the kingdom." Because he was already king, but for the smaller community, the big lower caste community. So that was my desire. So if he promised that Satyavati's son will rule your kingdom, then I can let her hand give to you. And then Santanu say, no, I already had the elder son, Bhishma Dev, very capable. I already promised him that I will give my kingdom to you. So I can't do it. Because he was already made princess, He is already official now. And all the people also want it. So I can't do it. So he was little upset, but he went back to his kingdom, and then Bhishma Pitama, Devrat kind of understood that his father is upset with something. So he asked his father that, what's wrong, father? And then his father says, it's okay, this is what happened. And then Bhishma Dev actually went to Satyavati's father and tell her that what is the issue. He said, okay, I want her son to be the king. So Bhishma said, okay, her son, I'll promise that I will not take the kingdom. Her son will rule the king. I will obey, and I will always protect the king. Whoever is the king, I will obey him and I will protect the kingdom. So that's what he promised. But her father was smart because he was a king as well. He said, you might not be the king, but maybe your children will be the king, and one day it will be, the kingdom will take them over again. Your children will take it over. If you don't do, maybe your children will do it. Then Bhishma make the biggest promise that I will never marry. I will remain celibacy throughout my life. And then her father was happy, and that's when he gives Satyavati. So Bhishma, Devavata took Satyavati and take it to Santanu. And then when Santanu knew it, he was joyful, and he was upset as well. He was joyful that he got Satyavati as a wife, that they were brought it, but he was upset because Devrat will never be able to marry, and he will never be able to have he can't even rule the kingdom, or will never have a children. So he was upset with it. But he says the decision has already been made, and Devrat has already promised. Otherwise, many devotees, or we can think of how a father can want to have a marriage by his child being like a sannyasi for all his life. It looks completely immoral, right? But see, it's all on the promise, They were already promised there that I will do it. So now his promise cannot be broken, even though Santanu doesn't want it. He doesn't desire, okay, I don't want you to sacrifice your life for me. But this is already made, so he can't do it. Santanu didn't tell Bhishma that you go and bring it for me. Bhishma they will just go by his own endeavor and just to please his father. So that's his duty. He did his duty perfectly. That's when Santanu was really, really, very, very happy. And that's when he placed the Devrat that I'll give you the boon that unless you desire, you will never die. You will never die, basically. And just to miss out one point, that when Devrat made the promise to Satyavati's father that I will never marry, I will remain brahmachari for my rest of my life, that's when all the devatas shower pushpa. That's when they give his name as Bhishma. Bhishma's name is the one who made the tough vows, basically. So that is Bhishma. So that's when he got the Bhishma name. Earlier name was Devrat. Devrat was because he went and learned art from the Devlokas. That's why he got a Devrat. He was the powerful. And then the Devatas also blessed him that you will be very, very powerful, very ethical and moral, and you will be very, very powerful. You will be always victorious. That's the kind of what he got. So that's Bhishma Dev. Now going back to Bhishma Dev and the other 7 children that Mother Ganga threw it into the Ganga. So earlier, like when Mother Ganga and Santanu at the earlier stage, which is Mahabhisha, when Mahabhisha was being cursed, and then assembly was being sort of gone and everything gone to different. When Mother Ganga was coming back to her, that's when 8 Vasus approached her with very distressed, saying, okay, Mother Ganga asked her what happened. They say Vasishtha Muni actually cursed us that we will be born on earthly planets for a year. And then we don't know where we will be born and whether we'll be able to remember or do what the wise and we don't want to stay there. Actually, I think they cursed him to go to the motorbike, and then Mother Ganga say, okay, I'll make sure that I'll send you back as soon as possible. So that's 8 of them was being cursed, but I think the one who actually did the most vulnerable act, I can't remember what it was Vasishtha Muni. So he cursed him separately than all the other 7. The other 7 say, okay, you will go for 1 year, and the 8th one I say, you will go there and you will never be able to marry, and you will never be able to enjoy the kingdom again. But then their 8th Vashu actually bow down to Vasishtha Muni and ask for the pardon, and then Vasishtha Muni say, okay, but I'll bless you, that you will be very, very powerful, you'll be known for forever for your act there. So that's the first 7 Vashu was been reborn as the son of Mother Ganga. That's how she knew that they are called Vasus. That's why she was putting them in. An ordinary person will ask, they say, okay, see, she is just committing all kind of nonsense, we can say, right? How, even a normal person wouldn't do that, right? But there is a very, very good reason behind all these acts. So that's why Prabhupada always mentioned that unless you understand Bhagavad, Bhagavatam or Mahabharata, whatever, the Vedic scripture from a devotee, you will never ever be able to understand it, because you will never be able to go to the very root cause of it. You will just look at the one scene and you will just make decision out of it. What's happening there? Oh, it's wrong. You shouldn't do that. I remember once an Indian origin, like a young man came in temple, and I can't remember who was the Maharaj there. There was one Maharaj was giving lecture on some Ramayana. I think there was Lord Ramchandra's birthday. It's the Ram Navami. And some Indian boy come in, and they went, once lecture finished, everyone was asking question. He asked question. He said, Maharaj, I don't think Ram did good with sending Sita to jungle after M20. He said he did wrong. I don't agree with him. Then Maharaj say, our decision doesn't depend on your mental speculation. we follow Valmiki's Ramayana, not your mundane speculation. Because person is looking for just the front line, he can see, this is why he has to do. This is what I say. So unless we go to the very root cause, we won't be able to understand why a person did what he did, for what reason. So that's basically. So all this personality in Mahabharata has a past backgrounds and all the reasoning why they acted in a way that they have acted. So there's all reason. It's not like how the hell he can do like this, why he can't stop it, why he can't do that. So that was all destined to happen, right? Either through boon, either through the curse or whatever. So most of the percentage you see is been born either through curse or through boon, somehow or other. But all the curse, if you see, most of the curse been actually transferred into the boon. How? Because once they've been cursed, at least they understood that we commit some mistakes. They accepted that I was wrong, and they bow down to the person who cursed me. And that curse itself then transferred into the boon. So we should always try that. Even though someone said something bad about us, we should say, okay, please forgive me. It was my mistake. Please bless me. Then he will bless us. So that's, and the 8th child was Bhishma. So Bhishma, because he has to live longer, and he has to follow through all the curse that he won't be able to marry and this and that, he has to live. That's what happened. So Mother Ganga then told Shantanu Maharaj that this was all destined. So don't worry about the 7th child that is gone. This is the 8th child. You were supposed to live, and that's when you interrupted. So your interruption has a divine kind of what is it? Divine decisions behind it. So it wasn't your personal decision. for 7 times why you didn't spoke was also the divine arrangement that it didn't let you speak. This time you speak because the divine arrangement make you speak. There's nothing that you actually make listen. So a lot of time we think I did that, but a lot of time, even though some decision we didn't want to make, but we still make it. Some decision we thought, I could have made the decision, but we still doesn't make it because there is some arrangement behind it. It doesn't let you make the decision for whatever reason, which we can't see. So there's this patra. Any questions before going to other patras? Yeah. Good. Everybody? So this is all. Yeah. So second verse. But I'll first stop for a little while. Do the second verse, and that's where Dronacharya will come. And then I'll go in. Anyways, see how are you? Actually, Prabhu, maybe just leave it.
Okay.
I was about to explain. I didn't even touch the board. I was going to explain it on the board. Anyway, I'll do it quickly, so you will remember. So I'll just start with Shantanu. I wouldn't talk about this the previous day. Let's go with Shantanu. There is Mother Ganga and Satyavati. So there is a Mother Ganga and there is Satyavati. Right? So through the Mother Ganga and Shantanu, Vishnu, born Vishnu, right? So that's Vishnu. Right. And then once Shantanu got married to Satyavati, then he had 2 children. One is Vichitravirya and Chitrangana. So Satyavati had 2 children through Shantanu Maharaj, and then Chitrangana actually he died a bit earlier because he was very very powerful, and then on the earth planet he kind of take over, he win over the whole world, and then Devata started worrying about that he might take over us. So that's all plan and challenge him on the battlefield, and that's and all the Gandharvas end up killing him. So he's being killed by Gandharvas. So Chitrangana is kind of born. And then Vichitravirya, before the Vichitravirya can have any children, Vichitravirya died, basically. Right? So then Satyavati thought that how our Kuru dynasty will go further. So then she asked Vyasadeva Muni, which is also her son, which is we say, right? So she requested Vyasadeva Muni to actually get the children for Vichitravirya, Vichitravirya's wives. That's another story. Okay, ready? So, because Vichitravirya didn't have any children, right? No. Just before that, Vichitravirya wasn't married yet. So Bhishma thought, let me find the right spouse for him. So when Bhishma actually went to the Swayamvar of who's daughter? Yeah, he said Ambalika and Ambika. But her father was king of Kashi. So that's basically king of Kashi. Let's say king of Kashi. Kashi. So that was Ambika. So what he actually did, because Swayamvar means any Kshatriya goes and bend over, and then she will put a garland on that person. Bhishma couldn't do it because he was not going to be married. He was going to remain as a brahmachari, so he didn't have that option. But he thought, I will kidnap all three of them and then take it for Vichitra Virya. So that's what he did. He kidnapped them, put him onto his cart, and then when other kings tried to attack him, he kind of defeated all of them, including Shalya, who was also very powerful. Shalya. So he also defeated Shalya. Then he bring all three of that girl to Hastinapur, and then he said, okay. Then actually Amba actually approached him and few other Brahmins, that why did you kidnap me? I was in love with Shalya, and Shalya, I wanted to marry Shalya. That was my plan. Why did you kidnap me? Bhishma said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, I didn't mean it. But if you like, I can take you back to Shalya, and then he can accept you. I have no problem. So basically, Bhishma make Ambika and Amalika married to Vichitra Virya. That's final, done. Then he took Amba to Shalya. So when he went to Shalya, Shalya says, she has already been with some other man, and I was already been defeated and humiliated on the battlefield. As a Kshatriya, I cannot accept it because I lost. And even though that wasn't a problem, she's already been to the other man who already kidnapped her, so I cannot accept it as a Kshatriya. Another point he also mentioned is, when Vishpadev was fighting with Shalya, she could have gone off the Rath, but she didn't. She just stayed there. She's saying maybe she didn't want it. So she was upset basically. So he rejected Amba. So then Bhishma said, okay, what can be done? We'll be rejected by Shalya. So he bring her back to Vichitra Virya and say, Vichitra Virya, you both got married, your two sisters were there. And then Amba said, and then Vichitra Virya said, no, I cannot marry because he was already in love with Shalya. They say, I cannot marry a woman who is already in love with someone else, So she cannot be loyal to me. Because she is already in love with her. So this is really kind of rejected. And then Amba said, then Bhishma, you did all the things. You should marry me. Bhishma said, no, I can't. I took a vow, so I can't. So Bhishma kind of stuck in between. So he tried to do good for everyone, but he kind of stuck. Then Amba kind of was very unhappy and he actually left the kingdom. And Bhishma said, you go to your father. He said, no, I wouldn't go to my father because I don't want to humiliate him either. So she went to the jungle and started doing the tapasya. And one day, where she was doing tapasya, her forefather, her forefather was passed by and he kind of had the conversation. She explained everything what happened. See, and he says, you go to Parshuram. Parshuram will be able to help you. Because Parshuram is actually guru of Bhishma Dev. So Bhishma cannot reject his order. They say, you approach Parshuram. So she actually went and approached Parshuram and explained what happened. So Parshuram actually took her and went to Bhishma Dev and say, you accept that. Bhishma Dev said, no, I can't. Parshuram said, it's my order. Sorry, but that's my vow. The vow was already there before it happened, and then Parshuram said, if you don't, then I'll ask you to fight with me. Then Krishna said, if that's your order, I have to accept it either. Accept it as well. So that's when they both fighted. They fighted for days and days and days. I think 27 days. And then they kind of, sometimes one kind of almost defeated the other, and another one almost defeated others. Then on 27th day, Parshuram kind of sort of pull out and say, okay, I think it's okay. I wouldn't mind you to marry her or anything. Because he kind of accepted defeated, even though he wasn't physically defeated. So he accepted defeat. Then he told Amba that I'm sorry, I couldn't solve the problem. So that's where Amba again left. again went to the jungle and started doing tapasya for the power to be born again as a Kshatriya to be able to kill Bhishma. So that's what her desire. So she again born as a Shikhandi. The next one. So she actually pleased Lord Shiva. And Shiva gave her boon that she will be born as a Kshatriya. So, but somehow or other, so there's another story that one king was performing some tapasya for a son, and he ended up getting a daughter, Sikandini or something. But then, anyway, it's a so big story. And then she again went to the jungle and did tapasya, and she actually pleased not Bhuta, Yaksha. One of the Yaksha, and the Yaksha actually say, okay, we'll do a deal. For some time I'll become a female and he become male. So that's why kind of a transgender was happened. So he become girl and she become the male. Actually, she already married. His father actually married him. Everyone thinking, some of the official was thinking, knew that he was a girl. But because the yajna was done to get a son, so everyone knew that he was a son. So they got married him to someone. But when his wife come, she kind of pick up, oh, that it's a girl, it's not a boy. So she told her father, and her father come with all the big army and had a big fight. So that was a big fight. But then in the meantime, she said, oh, it's too much. So I'll just leave because of me. All the fight is happy. But then he become a boy and he come back, and then his wife saying, seen it again, and he said, okay, it's all okay. She told her father, say, okay, all problem is solved now. He's a male. It's my mistake. I was mistaken. He's a boy. So that problem is solved. But that's secondly. So then, because she took a vow to kill Bhishma, that's why secondly, if you know, in Bhagavad, secondly was actually one who killed Bhishma. Yeah. So that's how that part worked. And okay, there's one more part of the So through Vichitra Virya, but before Vichitra Virya can conceive any children, he died. So now the Ambika and Malika, to get the Kuru dynasty going, they need to. So Satyavati actually made some arrangement for Vyasdev Muni to actually bless them to get a child. So Vyasdev blessed Ambika to get a child, but when Ambika kind of saw the Vyasdev Muni, she kind of was very frightened and she closed her eyes. So that's why the child born of Ambika becomes Dhritarashtra. And Ambalika, when she saw Vyasdev, she was very frightened and shivering, like fearful, like a disease. So that's where Pandu was born. So Pandu was like kind of a disease from very bad, but he was very great king, very powerful. But he ended up getting a disease through the curse of Munis. So that's where the Duryodhanas and all the others. That's all the Pandavas, right? So that's what we know. Everyone knows that details. That's how Dhritarashtra came. That's how all the different combinations. Yeah. But that's all divine arrangement. There wasn't anything that it was all kind of pre-planned from the previous life. So Pandu and Dhritarashtra, they all have their own past life. That's how they born as what they were. They were in that life. Okay? So verse 2. Okay, Prabhu.
See change.
Any question on verse 1?
आप भूल गए.
Any question on verse number 1? There are so many. I thought there will be so many questions.
प्रभु जी श्राप जब देते तो उनको अकेला की सिचुएशन वैसे बन जाती है जब श्राप देते हैं. एक श्राप के कारण ये इतना कुछ हो गया. कुछ लोगों को शाम को श्राप मिला तो उनके कारण बाकी को नहीं मिला ताकि वो चीज क्रिएट हो जाए.
नहीं, सबका अपना अपना कर्म के हिसाब से होता है, but divine arrangement will kind of work it out. Okay, this kind of stuff, he will best fit into here. So in the office environment, if one person is good at cleaning, the boss knows that he is good at cleaning, so he will put him in cleaning. know that he is good at administration, so he put him in administration. So it's not like us, we need to think so many times and look at the future and whether it will benefit divine arrangement, So everything is there. You can see the past, present, and future. It's automatically, like automatic system. Automatically computerized system, automatically arranged. Who will go where, how. It's much more, it's inconceivably powerful. We can't even think how perfectly and nicely the divine arrangement is working. Log karma is so minute. Krishna told Arjuna that it's the log karma is बहुत आर्टिमिटी वाला है. इसको समझना मुश्किल ही नहीं, नामुमकिन है. Because that's the key, And the creator will always keep the key. He will give different locks, but key will always fall in his hand. So final decision. Okay. Ready?
We can swallow.
हाँ जी But that's from Rashtra, na? Sorry, yes. So Vyasdev Muni also blessed the third Dasi, whose son became Vidura, who was Dharma Raj in Krishna. So all was have some famous lives. Vidura Dasi ko hai na. So one sense he was still managing the kingdom, but he wasn't getting as high regard as Dhritarashtra and Pandu. Otherwise he was very poor. Dhritarashtra wasn't there. Pandu was even younger than Dhritarashtra. The kingdom was given to Pandu because Dhritarashtra was blind. So as for the Sanskrit name, if you had earlier जो था ना उसको लपा था ना साथ में भैया उसको भी kingdom ने लिया था उसने. इस तरह इसमें धृतराष्ट्र को kingdom ऐसे नहीं मिला, पांडु को मिला. लेकिन जब पांडु डे हो गया तो विदुर को फिर भी नहीं मिला क्योंकि he was again with us. I don't know why, for what reason, but he's supposed to be somehow get them into Dhritarashtra. Maybe Dhritarashtra might have demanded that I want it. If he wanted them, in other one जिसको लपा हुआ है साधन के बड़े भाई, but he given it out. Say I don't want it. You boys take it. जब दूसरा वाला भी चला गया तो फिर शांतनु को मिल गया. यहाँ धृतराष्ट्र से बोला गया कि पांडवों को नहीं है, तो I'll take it back because he was looking for his sons to become Islam.
Because Bhishma is available with so when Pandu died, he was a temporary arrangement until
Yes. It was a temporary, but I'm talking about even for the temporary, they could have put Vidura there because he was qualified. Everyone knows that he was very moral, ethical. He had all the Sanskrit understanding and knowledge. But unless Dhritarashtra kind of say no, it wouldn't go to him. That's what I understand. Okay.
Anyway, but always Vidur accepted as a Dasiputra. He never himself said that from his side, from the birth, because Satyavati already asked to look after the same way, like the other two, like Ambika and Ambalika, the same way and same treatment should be given to Dasi as well. But he himself accepted that
I think since both of that, Vishtavirya's wife, Ambika and Ambalika, one was close side and one was second, so they kind of understood that the children born of them won't be able to last long or will have some deficits. That's why they might have said, okay, in case it doesn't work, it's like a, we will try one more time. That's when they should have asked. So verse 2, what's that? Oh, 8:30. Should we do one verse more? Everyone okay? One more verse? Because there is another one story coming up in the second verse. And then it's easy. This verse we have another story. Sanjay Uvacha Drashtva tu Pandavanikam Yudam Duryodhanastada Acharayam Upasangamya Raja Vachana Brahmavira. Sanjay said, O king, After looking over the army arranged in military formation by the sons of Pandu, King Duryodhana went to his teacher and spoke the following words. Sorry, that's the verse number 3. The second verse is just Sanjay is just starting the scene that what happened, what is happening, what happened on the Kurukshetra. So it's starting with Duryodhana, what his son did, because Dhritarashtra was more interested in what his son did. So he started from there. Right? So he went to his teacher, Dronacharya, right, and spoke the following. So now Duryodhana will speak, and he is very politically, he's very political. So we'll see how. So Pashyetam Pandu Putranam Acharya Mahatim Chamum Yutam Drupada Putrena Tava Shishyena Dhimata. O my teacher, behold the great army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada. So now there is another story. So why Duryodhana is mentioning to Dronacharya about straight away talking about the Pandavas side, and again he is talking about Drushtadrumna, who is the son of Draupadi. So why he is mentioning? Because he is reminding Dronacharya that if you look what mistake he made, right? So should I use the paper or maybe there is a section here? So what happened? Drupad and Dronacharya was studying in the same group when they were little kids. Under the same, at that time, like Krishna was studying with Sudama. Sudama was Brahman and Krishna was from the Kshatriya background. And same way here, because Brahman and Kshatriya was studying together. That's when Drupad and Dronacharya was studying together, and they was very good friends. So Drupad said Dronacharya, he knew that Dronacharya, his condition was a bit poor. So he said, Dronacharya, don't worry, once I'll become the king, I'll give you half my kingdom. Yeah. So that's Dronacharya said, okay, I will say something like that. So Dronacharya was very poor, but then he remembered it. So when he grown up, he was very poor, but he was somehow managing it. So when Aswathama went to school, and then when he was eating the mumra rice puff rice in a water, mix it, and he was thinking it's like a meal. Then his schoolmates, the other students, started making laugh of him. कि ये इसको ममरे को पानी में भिगो के वो करके पेस्ट बना के इसको दिया है और he thinking that it's milk because Dronacharya was so poor that he cannot even afford to have milk for his child. You can see how poor he was. And then he was very, very upset, and he said, I need to do something. And suddenly he remembered that I asked Drupad, as Drupad told me that he will give me half kingdom. I don't want the half kingdom. At least if he can lend me a few cows, at least I will have some cows, some milk out of the cows to feed my kids and this. So he went to Drupad. But he was very poor, so his clothes was exactly like Sudama. He went to there, but it's opposite on the other part. He went there and all the police officers, Varpal actually stopped him and saying, who are you? Say, I'm a friend of Drupad. Drupad stop, we'll go and tell him, Drupad, that your friend has come. So they all went to Drupad and Drupad said, tell him that there was a childhood, we are not child anymore. I am the king and you are the poor Brahmana. There is no comparison, there is no friendship between a poor Brahmana and a mighty king. Told him. So then they come back and told Dronacharya, you really get it. He really felt bad that he is really speaking out of the ego, that he thinking he's so big. Like he forgetting his childhood promise or even the time that he spent together. But he was always burning in his heart that one day I will show him that who am I. So that's when, and then his wife was actually creepy. Dronacharya's wife was creepy, the daughter of Upacharya. Upacharya હતા ને મહાભારતનું પાત્ર. So Upacharya actually arranged something for actually like give him like a teacher's role in a school. Like, जो बच्चे को पढ़ रहे थे ना सब क्षत्रिय वहाँ जहाँ कुरुवंश के कुरु और पांडव का जो बच्चा पढ़ रहे थे ना 5 पांडव और 100 sons of Dhritarashtra, he give that position to him. Say, okay, you teach them, because he was very good teacher. He said, okay, you teach them, and that's how you will maintain your family. So including Aswatthama, everyone was studying together. Basically, there. So then he had that burning feeling in his heart, and he actually trained Arjuna so much, and trained everyone, especially Arjuna, to make sure that he can defeat Drupad. So basically, then when the schooling is finished, when they ask for the dakshina, then Shramacharya asked them who can go and defeat Drupad. And then first the Kauravas, so we want defeat. So they went and they got defeated by Drupad. So they come back. But anyway, they said, okay, we just tried for the first time, so we couldn't succeed. But then he sent Arjuna and Bhima to school there. They went and Arjuna actually bind Drupad and bring him and throw him at the feet of Dronacharya. And then Dronacharya said, give me half your kingdom. I don't want all your kingdom. Give me half as you promised before. And then he took half of his kingdom. I read it. I don't know whether there's 100%, but he put made Aswatthama king of that kingdom. I'm not sure whether it's 100% true. I don't have anything else. Maybe somebody. But anyway, so that's what all happened. So that's Drupad. That Dronacharya take revenge. He bring it back, and then he actually released him and give his kingdom back to him. I think he gave him all 100%. And then Drupad again started burning. That how Drona can do it, small little poor Brahmana, how he can take revenge like this, I didn't make big mistakes. So he was thinking that way. And then he said, okay, I'll make a big yajna and I'll beget a child who can kill Dronacharya. That he performed a big yajna and he got 2 children. One is Draupadi, the other is Drushtadumna. The Drushtadumna was specially created to kill Dronacharya. But look at the Brahmanas of the Vedic times, that Dronacharya knew that this Drushtadumna is going to kill me. When Drupad sent him to his Guru, he still said, okay, I will teach you the Bana Vidya and everything. So Dronacharya still teach him all Shastra Vidya and all the Vedic things that he has to teach as a normal student, knowing that he will kill you. Just imagine, if you know that someone is going to shoot you tomorrow, will you do anything? You wouldn't even speak to him. What to speak of, anything. So that's the Vedic times, and the Brahmana was so pure that they just only look after what my duty. Right now in materialistic world, we all thinking, how he can help me. Before making friendship, we'll see, okay, he's got a big family, he's got a many connection, like that. We think, okay, how he will help me. So we make friendship doesn't think that how he will help me. All our relationships is basically like that. Getting married, I will get married, so my wife will cook nice stuff for me. It's always a certain. The pure Brahmana was like that. Just do my duty. Doesn't matter what others do to me. It's his problem, it's not my problem. So that's always going out. So that's the Dronacharya and Drupad. That's why Duryodhana is actually hitting. He's actually pushing the button for Dronacharya, saying, okay, why did you teach him? See, now he's managing the whole army opposite to you. What are you going to do? Why did you teach him? If you didn't teach him, he wouldn't be there as a military commander. So that's why he's pushing the button and making Dronacharya a bit angry. To say, okay, I will fight. So he's basically encouraging him to, become more like a furious and fight, basically. So he's very expert in politics. His intention wasn't right, but expert in politics. I think that's where we'll stop. I'm sorry we only covered 3 S's. For next one, we'll Next one we will do that.
Very good.
Thank you so much. Next part of the Aarti.
I need to collaborate.
Very good.
Prabhu,